Nem channel in English in the second time. Okay, yeah, today we finally we just this morning we just post the result of our great result of our research named VTuber increase with COVID-19. Yay! If you can hear me well, please comment. Please give me a comment. Yeah. Well, Usagi-chan, thank you for coming. And Hachi-san, today we're asking Hachi-san to do a Japanese translation in the comment thread. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the help.
And these virtual escapades. Hello, I think this is your friend.
Hey. Hey,
yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. And Hino-chan, thank you for coming. Okay. Can you hear me well? Kobachi-san, konbanwa. It is in English this time, so good not good afternoon. Good night.
Sorry.
And
my fault.
yeah. And Dogoka no Usagi-chan, who are you? It seems you can hear me. I think the volume should be okay. Okay, then let's get started. Okay, then she's already there, but let me introduce today's great guest today. Who are you? Yay!
Hey guys. Hi. So I'm Mila. I'm an anthropologist at the Geneva University, and normally I research on VTubers. And this time I decided to partner up with Nem and do this research on the results of COVID in regards to virtual characters, and that's what we'll be talking to you about today.
Yeah, she is researching VTuber. So yeah.
Virtual beings.
about everything, and you already appeared in the Japanese famous media articles. Yeah, previously in Mogura,
Yes.
and at this today you also appeared on Panora. That is very famous VR media in Japan. So you already are very famous in Japan. Yeah, as a VTuber researcher. Yeah, thank you very much for paying attention
Nice to hear everybody.
for VTuber. Yeah, from world point of view. That should be great. And I want to mention one more thing. Hey, look at this clothes. This is her design.
I make
She
this.
she make this. Yeah. It is super cute. Yeah. Yeah.
When I like designing very clothes when I have time.
Yeah, she designed this clothes. It's super cute, right? This is amazing. Can you show your
I
back?
can turn it around.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yes.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, Miller. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you for
happy
having
to
me
do
here
her.
today again.
Yeah. Session with you again. This is happiest. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for many comments. Oh, they say it is cute. Cutest.
Thank you.
Kawaii. Thank you very much.
ありがとう。
ありがとう。やったー。Okay, then let's get started. Okay. Yeah, this is our report. Someone in the comments thread already see the report. In this morning, in Japan time, I already published this. How has COVID-19 influenced people to become virtual characters? This is hottest topic, I believe, in the virtual world at this timing. Yeah. Actually, even for me, COVID-19 changed everything. Especially in my case, I get more time because I cannot go to work. So yeah, in my case, I spend more time as a virtual character. But what happened for people, for world, for countries? That is the topic of this research.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, may I go in?
Go.
Yeah.
Go next. Yeah.
Go next.
So, but
Yeah, can you
what is-
explain?
Yeah, so like what is important to understand with this survey, it stays a small survey that was conducted during a limited amount of time. So although our goal was to understand, well, like Nem said, the usage of virtual
Close to the
characters
slide.
for public
Be
activities.
close to the slide.
Oh, sorry.
No, to the slide. Okay. Perfect. Hi.
There you go. Thanks. So yeah, so the goal was to understand basically the increase of virtual characters due to COVID, and especially we asked questions generally regarding virtual characters and also regarding VTubers, so virtual broadcasters, because we wanted to separate the two between.
And one thing I want to mention here is we are not only focusing on VTuber who broadcast.
Yeah, it's virtual character.
Yeah.
It's virtual characters more generally.
Yeah.
Like you can see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't reach. I'm too small.
Yeah. In this research, we targeted all the people who use virtual character. Yeah. In the beginning, my assumption was the people who use the online communication for business use increased, even in my case. So I suppose that kind of people use virtual character even for the business use. Yeah, that is my original assumption in the beginning of this. Yeah, before doing this survey. Yeah. Oh, and Mako-chan, thank you for coming. Also, Nemu. Yes. And the methodology.
And yeah, this is very important. So especially the study limitations. So first of all, we conducted during approximately 2 months, a little bit less, right? The survey. It was on via Google Forms, so anybody could participate. And me and them, we retweeted it on our Twitter accounts. So knowing the fact that we both follow more VTubers and we interact more with VTubers, there is a chance of a bias of having more VTubers responded to this survey. So just keep in mind that the information we will be providing is based on our study group of 81 people, and there is a possibility of half at least being already VTubers. So, but it's still, I personally, like when I saw the results, I think it can be applied to a larger audience in general, because I've been noticing that in different sectors not related to VTubers at all. But
Thank you.
And we go along.
Yeah. So there could be a bias because our many of our followers are VTuber. Yeah.
VTubers.
So
Yeah.
that opportunity, I think the timing of this publishing this questionnaire is perfect. Very at the time of the beginning of the COVID-19, and the people is close to the room, and we could start the session. So I think from the timing point of view, I think we could get really good data, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, move on.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of the slide. Have
Yeah.
to run away.
Yeah, we participated the survey like this, and so many people, helped us. Yeah, retweeting
thank you
and
for all of
answering the
your
questionnaires. Yeah, so many retweeting for Japanese people and English.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate.
Thanks for the cooperation.
Thank you for the cooperation. This is not only our effort, but everybody, including you. Yeah, this is great result. Thank you very, very much.
Thank
I
you,
think
all of you.
even in the comments that there are so many people who, get answered to the questionnaire. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And this is
Alright,
we could get as many of 81 answered from the world. There, half from Japan and America, North America, Europe, South America, and Australia, India, Mexico, so many countries. Thank you very much. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, as you can see, like we have different number of numbers per country, or I mean not per country, per geographic regional. So you can't really compare them exactly as they are. So our goal is just to like demonstrate to you the data that we gathered, but just keep in mind that it's not 100% scientific survey.
Definitely.
I like telling the study. Yeah, I like telling the study limitations because it helps understand also the potential bias of some data.
Yeah. Anyway, I already believe 81 is very good number. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, that's what we were aiming for. We were aiming approximately around 80 answers.
Yeah. Again, thank you very much. Thank you.
And look at her legs. She can move.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Getting the help of HTC now, I can move everything. Even my
Good
eyes.
eyes. Good job.
Yeah, I am now doing the foot tracking and eye tracking. Yeah, to be perfect visual character. Yeah, see this. Yeah, in the absence of you for 2 months, I became official HTC official vibe ambassador. So yeah,
So awesome.
yeah, I getting their help. I became perfect visual right now. Thank you.
And I became perfectly tired with my studies during that time.
But you get your
University
new
student.
toy clothes. Yeah, and your university. Yeah. That is my primary work. So okay. Then this is the result. Okay.
This is like one of the best slides that we both really
Yeah.
like.
Could you explain it?
So we asked how many people we asked people if they started using virtual characters after COVID. So as you can see, about 80% said they already had a virtual character, which I found quite interesting. And almost 20% said yes. So basically there was an increase of almost 25% since COVID in the number of virtual characters. And this number are all the numbers from all the countries combined together. They're not separated. It's all like one pot.
It's amazing.
Like 20, and an increase in 24% is like, it's really big. But it's also like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah. Again, this is not the increasing of the VTuber, but the generic use of
Just virtual
virtual character for any kind of use, for business, broadcasting, education, anything. In any purposes, the virtual character we use is increased for 24.7%. This is... How do you think this is? I think this is amazing number. Cause,
it is.
Yeah. What? So
But
as many
it also
of...
like demonstrates.
demonstrate.
Yeah, because I've been at least in the English VTuber community since COVID, there's been like virtual YouTubers born almost every day. So I think this really like proves it that there has been like more and more people decided to go virtual, design virtual characters, and participate in broadcasting and being cute.
This is fun. I believe this is fantastic result. Yeah. So many. There is one question. In the 2 months? How do you think? I think that should be true. In this 2 or 3 months, we can say it is increased. The use is increased. This is amazing.
I mean, we asked during like our span of 2 months of survey. We asked people like compared to before did they start using virtual character due to the results of COVID, and this is the answer. At least like in the English VTuber community, I can say that this is exactly the case. Because I have seen a huge increase like in daily, almost daily, or like several times per week of like new VTubers being born and everything. So, and also more and more VR chat users. So I think like this shows really what's been happening.
Not only VTuber, right?
VTuber, sorry, and virtual characters, yeah.
But character for what kind of use? For VR chat or
VR chat, I think in Japan I saw a lot of people use Live 2D for like private meetings, right?
yeah. In case of
gatherings for
Japan, some people, I see some example in the Twitter. Some people use Face League character in
Yeah,
the
Face League,
business chat or the education chat or school communication or something. That might be included in this one.
Yeah.
Okay, then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next, this is any use of virtual character, not only broadcast. And the next slide is VTuber. VTuber means the people use virtual character for broadcasting, not only YouTube.
Broadcasting.
Yeah, any kind of broadcasting use.
It's
Okay.
broadcasting.
Could you explain it?
And
Yeah.
this is what is what interesting. So 17.3% said yes increased. 44 already had a VTuber. So that's quite. It's almost half of the, a little bit less than a half, had out of the 81 already were a VTuber. Where you can see also the bias. And interestingly, almost 38.3% said they don't broadcast. But like when we calculate based on those, I hit my table. I really should organize my room better. So when you compare the two numbers, like yeah, it's interesting to see that the increase is 38.9 of VTubers.
Yeah.
Which also I think is quite like, for me, demonstrates well what I've been like seeing on Twitter recently, especially like what I said previously regarding English VTuber community.
Oh my god.
And also I saw more and more like European VTubers from Nordics. I have been seeing a lot of new VTubers from Southeast Asia, which is really cool to see that there's like more of us. So this number is really cool.
Increased by 38.9%. Yeah. So many
It's big.
people
Yeah.
started VTuber and as a result of the corona shock. This is this is big number. Definitely. Yeah. Then
What would be interesting to know is that out of this 38.9 that increased, how many will continue their activity once they go back to work as before? I wonder if like all of those new like VTubers and new virtual characters, if they will just leave the time of still this COVID and post-COVID situation where a lot of people work from home or work only 50%. So I wonder if that child number will go back down after everybody goes back to their regular, let's call, life. So this would be interesting also to see after.
After the corona shock is finished and when we go back to our normal life, what happened? This is move back or did people keep their virtual activity or not? That might be one. Very interesting point should be. We have comment. Oh, so many, amazing. We believe this is. Thank you. Oh, this is.
Thank you.
We get it.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you. This is Yumeosa-chan. Thank you for the. Thank you for comment on Twitter. I'm
gonna catch it. Yep.
Oh,
I managed to catch it.
Get another Twitter message from you. Thank you. Now we're doing English debate session and YouTube. It's correct. Thank you.
But we made
just
Normally
like
saved
this.
in both languages.
Yeah, just like this, you can interact to this virtual world by Twitter. Yeah, in the right bottom hand of the screen, there is a hashtag NemMila. That is a hashtag you can interact to virtual world by tweeting or putting some screenshot or image or something. You can bring some virtual item to this virtual world within this broadcast. Please try. Please try. Yeah,
Right, it's
Yumeosa-san,
fun.
thank you.
You can also send photos.
Thank you. Sansa no Hito-san, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the most important part of the presentation today. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not only the use of virtual character, the people who do VTuber increased for 38.9%. This is amazing big number, and our next question is why? Why people started VTuber as a result of COVID-19? Why? Why do you think? My original assumption is people had more time. In case of me, that is true. Yeah. I don't need to be close to the crowded train every morning and every evening. Anymore. I am totally free from that kind of unneeded time blocker. So I can spend more time. I can do my work more quickly, and finally, I can get more time as a virtual character. In my case, but that is only my case. What happened to the world? That is the question of our research today. Okay, may I move on to the next? Cool. 夢うさちゃんと置いとこう、ここに。うさちゃんと、よいしょ、この子も置いとこう。よいしょ。この辺に置いとこうか。よいしょ。Okay, let's move on. よし。This is also, could you explain the,
So
This
yeah,
is the purpose.
So we asked for which of the purpose. So originally, how the survey was designed, we had business, broadcasting, education as main three that people could choose, and then they could add also their own answers. So we've collected and regrouped all the answers, and as we can see, like general broadcasting was the main one at 55.3. But also, like, what increased, what people use often their virtual characters for is VR chat. And a little bit, like, afterwards, like, business or just social networks.
Biggest is broadcasting. It is more than half. Yeah. And
so, but this is also why maybe the fact that a lot of VTubers answered, that could be also the reason why the broadcasting was so high.
True. And business is not so high. This is
Not so big,
different from my original assumption. Only 10% people started to use virtual character for business. Yeah. Business is actually very limited. But oppositely, VR chat use is super increased. Yeah. And the next one is SNS. What do you think is this? SNS.
So it's basically social networks, like
For
Twitter
or
YouTube. YouTube was mentioned often. So they still use their virtual character, but more like for communication on Twitter, like short Twitter videos and stuff like that.
It is interesting.
So I put them in social network system.
Yeah. I think there is no connection between the COVID-19 and the use of virtual character for SNS, but in reality, it is increased. It's interesting. Yeah, do broadcasting 55, one question. Do broadcasting 55% means VTuber for personal use? No. This is any kind of use of virtual character. And if the people say it is broadcasting, this is not personal use, but they are broadcasting publicly.
With the virtual character.
Yeah,
like us.
like us.
Like they do.
Now we
they
are
do
broadcasting,
tweets,
just like this.
Casting, yeah.
Yeah, and the business
But it could
is
be- it could-
more closed communication. Yeah, with the colleague, they might use virtual character for the chatting, voice chatting, face chatting. Yeah,
Any time of chatting.
yeah, and I had so many questions on this slide, so I asked Mira to deep dive to the countries on this slide. On the purpose. This is the same result, but this is divided to the regions.
Some of them we regrouped, like for example, North and South America, we regrouped because for South America we had only 3 answers. So sorry for that. We regrouped it because for us we thought it was easier than to base ourselves on just 3 answers. Same thing was for Southeast Asia, where it was mostly Singapore, Vietnam, Philippines. We also regrouped it just with India because there was like 1 answer for India. And in South and North America there's also Mexico. Just so that you know.
Yeah.
Because separating percentage for 1 answer was a little bit useless.
There's
But yeah, as you can
definitely a very big difference per regions.
Yeah. But still, broadcasting appears as the main dominant one everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. That's
Which is-
true.
Yeah.
True.
And as you can see, like in what was I found very interesting is that at least those who replied to us, for Europe, none mentioned using their virtual characters for business activities. Whereas in Japan and like Southeast Asia, and also, well, most of those two both,
Yeah.
they have the highest percentage.
Yeah.
Of usage for
Only
business.
Japanese people use virtual character for business. And in the other countries, there's no case like that. This is interesting. Yeah.
Right. And it's also what I found interesting is to see education, how in Europe it was never used for education. I'm not surprised. For example, at my university, we like either we put on the webcam, and if we really refused, we just didn't turn it on. But we couldn't use virtual characters to appear in front of our teachers. So I'm not surprised that for Europe education was very low.
But
Still a little
in
bit stuck in the
oppositely,
past.
in Asia,
It's a,
the people use virtual character for education is a little high rather than the other regions. This is.
I was surprised actually not to see a high proportion of education for Japan, because I would have expected the usage of virtual characters for education to be higher in Japan.
Yeah. In
rather than
case of
2%.
Japan, this yellow is education, ne? Education,
It's
教育ね。
education.
Yeah, in case of Japan, people use avatar for broadcasting, business, and
VR
VR chat. But education is very low compared from the other countries. It is interesting. This is meaning that, of course, the first priority is broadcast. This is fact. But for the other purpose, that finally depends on the country. For what we are using virtual character is completely different depending on the regions. This is interesting. And one more difference on Europe is this green is SNS. What's this? Do you think?
Yeah.
What's
I
this?
think it's well, from what I see, a lot of people use
green
virtual
ね、これね。
characters.
これ。
Yeah. And it's like they use mostly it on Twitter, for example, Facebook, mostly Twitter. So it's interesting to see that it would appear that in Europe the usage of virtual characters is, well, either VR chat, which makes sense because you can't use VR chat without virtual character, but otherwise it still stays on like rather like conventional, I would say, things like broadcasting or social network systems like Twitter, and not as much used for like other activities like business or education that we see more in but actually that we see more in Asian countries. It would seem to be like there is a the acceptance of virtual characters, I think, is greater in Asian countries like Japan, and as we can see in some countries of Southeast Asia. and a little bit more in North America compared to Europe. I feel like in Europe mostly the like virtual characters are understood as fun and not serious
I see.
personalities. I think that's why.
I
This
see.
also from like my experience from talking to people, and it would seem that there's a difference also in like acceptance.
I see. One more thing I want to mention here is this gray color. What's this?
VRChat!
This is VR chat.
VRChat!
Yeah. This gray is VR chat, and especially in Japan and Europe. Yeah. The use of VR chat is dramatically accelerated by the effect of COVID-19. This is amazing. I think people get time and they choose to spend more time on VR chat. Maybe.
VRChat, yeah. I think people like maybe wanted to communicate. I also saw some people, I know like one person from my university from Japanese class, he used VRChat to go like, I did also like, you go into Japanese worlds and you try to like practice languages. I know there's also like language groups in VRChat, and it seems like since it's free, a lot of people used it like even from desktop. And it's a fun way to meet your friends. I think it's more fun, like personally I find it more fun than to use like webinar or something.
One question for you, Miller. On Twitter, do you mean on Periscope? Periscope, do you know? Don't you?
Yeah. I think.
Okay. Another question. Mira, did the university give a reason for not allowing you to appear in virtual character form?
How
think
can I say it?
The later slide will answer the question, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
And well, my university, let me just say this, when the COVID started, they needed some teachers and some faculties needed 1 week and a half to set up Zoom communications for our classes. So I think that was already very complicated for my both universities that I'm at. And I think virtual people are just not used to virtual characters. So for them, it was not even like, they didn't even think about giving me a reason. For them, it was clear that like it was either our like real face or no face at all. Which I opted for no face because like I don't want to see people see me in my pajamas from home.
In your case, you were exposing your virtual character form to the university people, right?
They know, yeah, they know. They know about it. I mean, the teachers that follow my research or to whom I submit my research do know it, do know my virtual character. One teacher saw it once.
Okay. That is totally opposite condition from me. No one knows me in my company. Yeah, in my company.
Yeah, but I also research, since I research in VTubers, like my name, on Twitter, it's my real surname, it's my real name that's written. Mila is like part of my real name, so I also have to be transparent with my research because for me it's a question of ethics. Since I write on virtual beings and I write on VTubers, for me it's important that people know who I am and that it's not something done behind the back or anything, you know, that I'm very transparent from that. That's why also like I don't mind exposing my real face and everything.
Good. So we too
Since I'm really,
are a
like,
very
in
good example of this survey, I believe. You are very open. And in my case, within this Corona shock, I even released my new song and new album that thank you, named Kokoro Cosplay, but no my real friend knows that. They don't know that.
Oh, really?
No one knows that.
It's here.
I cannot say. I am virtual Bishoujo only in the virtual world. So okay, may I move on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Name. Explain to you?
I tried to make it all cute.
Super cute.
So I think this made kind of interesting. So when I was asking, when you use a virtual character, do you use your real name or pseudonym? And well, the high majority is a pseudonym. And I think this is probably my answer. And maybe like one more person who uses their real name. But it was interesting to see that for, just to specify, for those who said use both depending on activity, when they said dependent on activity, it meant, for example, if they used it for business or for education, they of course had to put their real name. But otherwise, the majority, as you can see, it's pseudonym because it's related to VR chats, to broadcasting, and apparently it makes sense. Well, it does make sense not to use your real name, unless you're a researcher and you don't have a choice. So yeah.
The majority is they use some special name as virtual character, but some
pseudonym.
people use one name for real and another name for real. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, how do you all choose your pseudonym? That's something like I'd like to know. Like, how do you invent your virtual name? Is it sometimes write us
in
the
my
comment
case,
section, like
yeah, name is coming from the virtual currency.
yeah.
Name.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my case. Yeah, I am this one. I'm using a different name for virtual name. When
I'm here. I'm the purple one.
Yeah.
I match my heart. I match my heart with my clothes.
You use.
I'm the
You only
1.
use
I'm the
your
1.2%.
real name.
My real name.
Yeah. But anyway, in majority is people use people want to use their
pseudonym.
own virtual name for virtual activity.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay, move on. This is also super interesting result, and this is also interesting finding, I believe.
So in regard to the previous question, we asked if the people started like using more virtual characters, and so did the frequency change after COVID? And it's interesting to see. Well, there's three things that we find fascinating. Well, generally, yes, it increased the number of broadcasts, and like look how much it increased. Also, like education communication, it increased, like here, and very few for business, which we were surprised. We were expecting the opposite, less for communication and more for business.
Yes.
And it's like, as you can see,
This is super, I believe. Yeah. The people answered, this 20% people answered the broadcast increases, and the second one is education. And business is very, very limited.
But it's also interesting to see how many did not change. So approximately around 40 people.
40 people say it is not change.
Yeah, right? It's kind of interesting to see that they didn't start broadcasting more.
Yeah, this is totally opposite from my original prediction doing this survey.
Yeah.
I supposed people started to virtual character for business, but in reality, it is not. People use virtual character for broadcast and education. Education includes the college communication, university communication, like you.
Yeah,
I
everything.
think so.
Classes, anything.
Yeah. Is it because of confidentiality or personality?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I
Do
mean,
you have a
for
theory
businesses-
about why VR chat usage increased in Japan but twice as much
Not
as
yet.
of America?
No.
Not
yet.
I'm not so sure, but in case of Japan, what makes the difference? People, I think in case of Japan, the blocker to do VR chat is time, I believe. Yeah, people were very busy in Japan, and they didn't have time, especially in the weekday. But getting the effect of COVID-19, we had more time because we cannot physically go to the workplace. That might be a reason people get more time. And in case of United States, the reason of not doing VR chat is time. So they have another broker.
also-
They doesn't have a headset or something. That might be reason. This is my assumption.
And also maybe I was thinking it also depends a little bit on cultures. I mean, VR chat still stays a subcultural phenomena. Like, I mean, VTubers also. So I was thinking maybe it's also the fact that in United States they also have Second Life, which I think is maybe more popular there than VR chat. So that could be also like, it also depends on like competing platforms. If you have like VR chat and Second Life, maybe like Second Life people find it more interesting in the States because maybe it's more like, well, Second Life basically. And like VR chat maybe is a bit too anime to manga, which maybe they're not used to. So this could be also like, this is a hypothesis. This could be.
I also think so. Yeah. Another question. Such a great thing. Thanks. Yeah. People were very surprising for the result. How did you use the virtual character in unsuitable SNS platform for VR? What's this?
We didn't ask how exactly they used virtual characters, if that's the question.
Okay, then may I move on? I believe this is super important slide in this investigation. Yeah, it is interesting. Okay. Next one.
As you can see, with which frequency did it change? And we can see like generally, so the yellow is before and the turquoise is, well, mustard color is before and the turquoise is
Frequency.
after. And yeah, and you can see that so many more people started using their virtual characters like every second day for different
Every
activities.
second day. How many times did you get by COVID-19? Anyway, yeah, so many people.
No, people had time.
Yeah, get more time to
Me
start.
Me too.
VTuber. Time. Yeah, more time results in the more VTuber. More visual character
we-
it is. Yeah, amazing. Yay!
And as you can see, like every few days didn't change. It actually like, well, it makes sense that this became lower because more people started. But it's interesting to see that like in regards to like once per month or once every 3 weeks that you see here at the end. Wait, I'm not going in the right direction. This did not change much, which is interesting. You know, here. Wait. This one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But generally, yeah, I mean, like, well, it makes sense that since there are more VTubers, more virtual characters, the number of the frequency would change also, but it was nice to see the comparison between the
Yeah.
two.
Every day, people answering
Increase.
every day is exceeding 20%.
Yeah, like, did you have, like, video communication?
This is crazy, but I am included to this one.
Yeah, I'm
People get
somewhere
more
here.
time, and people become VTuber. Yeah.
Virtual!
Oh my god. Not the
There's more
VTuber.
of us.
Any kind of virtual character
characters.
use anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I think the people wanted to be virtual character, and as getting a shock of COVID-19, this changed everything. So my assumption actually is answering your first question. After COVID-19, what happened? I believe, yeah, this is not totally, but this tension should be kept even after the corona shock. That
Yeah,
actually is my
this-
assumption.
This will be interesting to see.
So many people are laughing for me. Not every day, but mostly every day. Yeah, I am becoming virtual character, getting more time. Yay! I became.
move.
Yeah, I can move. I became getting more time. I became official Vibe ambassador, and I finally able to move even every whole body and eye tracking everything. Anyway, thank
Yeah,
you.
COVID was a great time for virtual beings, for virtual characters.
Yeah, this is miserable
time.
to the world, but in the other aspect, this achieved a great impact to the virtual beings. This is this is interesting. Yes, move on.
And like, how many virtual characters do you use? Interestingly, well, majority use one character, but I was surprised to see that there are people who have like 10.
Oh, around 5% of people use more than 10 virtual characters at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's interesting. The video communication. But yeah, but the majority was what I was expecting. I did expect the number one to be higher. I thought it would be like maybe 80%.
We are this one,
yeah,
right?
this-
How about you?
Yeah,
You are only yourself, right?
I have one.
I have
Yeah,
one.
I have
I also have one. So yeah, only one virtual character. But in some cases, I think this depends on the purpose. For sometimes gamer use so many names.
True, true.
Yeah, in this
true.
game
And
I
think
use
maybe
this
also,
name,
like,
and
VRChat.
this game and this name or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also maybe because of like the usage of VRChat, it would make sense that people have like more virtual characters. In VRChat, like I have like 2 or 3 different based on my mood.
Yeah.
have a
Oh my god. Yeah, it is.
I need carillos.
It is crazy. Oh, one comment. I think that allocation with real and VR time is a problem. Yeah. Virtual
Yeah.
world is unlimited, but unfortunately time is still limited. So ultimately time is the
unfortunately, time zones.
blocker. Yeah, to be virtual beings. Yeah, from that point of view, yeah, this corona shock was a super big shock for the people who wanted to be virtual character. It is interesting. Yeah. Many people use over 2 characters. Yeah, that's true. So many. Yeah, but
But it's interesting that 7,
It is
8, 9
unbelievable.
did not exist at all.
yeah. This is very special person.
Oh wait.
Special people use more than 10 different avatar characters. It is interesting. Yeah. Okay. Do we move on? Okay.
So this was the question, like, are you allowed to use a virtual character during video chat and video meetings? And as we can see, the dominant answer was not allowed or discussed. And I have to show my real face. I mean, by real face, we mean physical face, right? And this was like the most dominant answer. Followed by they do not have to turn on the camera and only sound is okay. So like I was in that category also.
Yeah.
And this is the difference for work. This is like the turquoise is for work and the mustard color is for education. And we can see that for both, not allowed or not discuss the possibility and they have to use physical face.
I think this is the answer for my question. Why people
Yeah.
why the use of virtual character is increased but business is not increased? That is because of the situation. Because unfortunately people get more time and people have a chance to do more online communication, but in case of work it is not allowed, unfortunately. That is the reason. Yeah, that is it. Using
And also in education it's not allowed.
Working as
Because it's the yellow.
virtual character is not allowed in the workplace. So even if the time blocker is broken, we cannot do that. Unfortunately, I am also this one. Yeah. That is not verbally prohibited, but this is not discussed. This is yeah. Unfortunately, it is a very big challenge even for me to work as Nem-chan in the workplace. So Yeah, so many people hesitated. Yeah, they increased the use of virtual character for communication, broadcasting, VR chatting, everything. But yeah, difficulty is working. Working is the most difficult castle, remaining castle in the battlefield.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's like the final boss in a game.
Final boss, yeah. We, this is a great result, definitely. We break everything. We virtual character hit everybody. Education, communication, chatting, everything. But yeah, last boss is business. Yeah, being virtual character in the business field is the last boss. Yeah.
I think that probably like fields that are more related to XR or like VR basically related domains, or maybe also engineering. Maybe it's a little bit more allowed, like from what I see also in Japan. But I think that still a lot of people for remote working, they still tend to use physical face and not virtual characters.
Yeah, definitely.
Not as much. Even if like I know that there are platforms who do that, companies, but they tend to have some kind of link to XR, which changes the bias basically.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the comment. Yeah, it is last boss. It's a workplace. It is. Yeah, this is my actual situation, honestly. Okay, move on. Okay.
So what was interesting is like, do you use your virtual character instead of your face when you talk with friends on video chats? And as we can see, there are still like 10 people who said yes, use virtual character. Majority, of course, said no, they use their real face. And seriously, some of you talk to your friends and never turn on a camera? Really?
Yeah, with the real friend, it is tough to use virtual character and they use real face.
But it was still interesting to see that some still use their virtual characters, so that was quite fun. Or both, which is this one is my virtual face and character. So approximately 20 people. So no, it was interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think the use is different. Yeah, people want to use virtual character, but in case of communication with real friend, real colleague, they don't use virtual character. Yeah.
So,
okay.
I think maybe also depends like if they used to, if they met for work relating like XR fields and they're met already via the virtual characters, maybe people continue using them. But maybe those who like are used to like a human face to human face communication, they do it less.
Yeah,
By the way,
definitely. Yeah. Oh, thank you for comment. Still need a real face. Yeah, unfortunately, at this moment, even getting the effect of the corona shock, we still need real face. This is the result of this survey. Yeah. Dynamically,
but
use of the virtual is increased, but we still need our real body at this moment. This is a fact.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, move on. Okay.
So in regard to video communication with real friends, colleagues, so private business and education, is a virtual character the same as your VTuber? So basically this is a question for those who are VTubers. And as we can see, some of them are not VTubers, which is interesting, so which is good. That means they have virtual characters but are not VTubers, so 40%. And interestingly, the yes was very low. So like if you remember in the previous slides, we saw that there is a lot of more people doing VTuber activities. However, it would appear that VTuber persona is like used only for VTuber activities, and other virtual characters are used for like any other interactions, like with colleagues, friends, private, or whatever. So it would appear there is a clear distinction between like what VTuber persona is used for and what other virtual characters are used for, and it would seem that only 28%, 28.9, like intersect, go from one to another.
But oppositely, saying 28.9% is, I don't think it is too small because considering the
Yeah, true.
toughness to use virtual character with the communication with a real friend, I think 28 is already a so
True.
big number.
It's-
Maybe. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I think so. Okay, and maybe move on.
It's too short.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
And this is so in regards to your virtual character that you use for video communication, like friends, colleagues, etc. Is your virtual character similar to your physical body? This was interesting. So majority, it's not similar, 68.7, but still 24 said that yes, it was similar to their like physical face and physical body, which I find really high. Because I'm a believer that why use a character, I mean same physical face if you can be more virtual. And actually 8.1% said that their virtual character is not human. Wait, I'm standing right in front of it, sorry. Oh, here.
By the way, you
So this is-
were this one, right?
I'm actually, it ended up being similar, yeah. Well, not exactly. It has, I have less tattoos in virtual reality than I have in real life.
Yeah.
And my hair is whiter. But generally, yeah.
Yeah, generally
I'm
you are
similar.
following your real image or your physical body.
Yeah.
Of course, I am also.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, anyway,
But
majority of the people don't want to be the same as the physical body. They want to be something different from the
Different,
real
yeah.
body. That is the result. Okay.
I think a lot in these cases it was like usage of female characters by male and vice versa. I think that falls a lot into that category, maybe.
Yes.
Or just having fun stuff because, come on, like, being a cute anime girl is fun.
Yeah. And the next one.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, voice changer. Use of voice changer.
So, majority still use their real voice from, I mean, by real, women, physical, natural.
Yeah.
I mean, natural, whatever that means. But still, wait, I'm standing in front of it again. But still 7.6% use a voice changer, so the male to female one. And what was interesting was this part, it was like female to non-human.
Oh,
Which I
non-human.
found very interesting. Non-human, yeah.
Maybe
I think it was
they
part
want
of-
to anonymize their
If the voice,
identity.
yeah. And also, like here where you see like male to male voice changer, this is clearly to make the identity more anonymous, right?
Yeah. And the last one is, male to female.
Voice changer, yeah.
M2F.
male, yeah.
7.6.
6, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Then and move on. Okay. Going to closing to the end. Yeah.
And so increasing platforms, because we were interested, since people said that they broadcast more and they use more virtual characters,
Yeah.
we were interested to
Which
know where and like what new
platform is-
platforms.
Increased.
So as we can see, VRChat is
Number one is
skyrocketing.
VR chat. Oh my god. So many
Like,
people. So many people.
or
Yeah.
no new platforms.
Getting
A
the
lot is
impact of
also-
COVID. So many people started using VR chat.
Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
it's after here.
And
It's like
you-
25 answers. It's still a lot.
yeah. And YouTube, Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. But also like other stuff like Remo, WebEx, Zoom increased. Well, makes sense. You know, classes. Cluster slightly increased.
Oh, cluster. Cluster.
Slack.
Yeah.
Cluster. Slack. Twitter.
And this Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch.
Twitch is a major broadcasting platform except Japan, so yeah, combining
Yeah.
YouTube and Twitch, I think the broadcast will be exceeding the VR chat and should be number one.
Yeah, I think also. Yeah, it looks like it. Like if you look by the forms, I think or at least it will be the same. But still, yeah, VR chat. It's crazy how many more people use VR chat compared to
Definitely.
before COVID.
Yeah.
Yay for VR chat!
VR chat. So many. Oh my god. Yeah, M2M is very interesting. One comment
Mail
in
to mail.
the
Yeah, voice changer. Yes.
M2M, male to male. What's
Mail.
this? 1.3%.
We didn't have female to female. Nobody answered that. That's why it doesn't appear here.
Female
this-
don't want
this
to be
also-
male, but M2M exists. Interesting. Why?
Well, I'd like to be male at workplace.
I
sometimes.
think
It'll be
the
easier
two
in
people
life.
want to anonymize. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
want to
I also think
anonymize.
so.
Yeah,
There
sometimes
was-
in some communication. I think that should be the reason. Yeah. Okay, then move on. This is the conclusion.
Conclusion.
結論。はい。This is
So,
interesting. Yeah. I want you to talk it.
yeah, so like we said, so as we can see, like basically virtual characters generally increased by 24.7%, and VTubers by 38.9%, which is quite big. As we could also see, the main purpose was not business or business activities, but broadcasting and education. And as we've noticed, what was a bit surprising for us is to see that there was not such a huge increase in business activities with virtual characters. And well, basically our conclusion is that due to the fact that people can't go out and they're stuck at home, the usage of VRChat and social networks with virtual characters increased. Specifically, I think in the case of VRChat, since you can be also in desktop mode and you don't need a VR headset, I think that's also why the proportion increased, because it allowed people to to be social, to interact with others, other people than they're just friends and maybe colleagues, and they could do it from their computers, from their desktop, and it's available on Mac and PC. So I think that's why also it skyrocketed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to see that there is more virtual characters. It's also great to see that with all this new free time, people decided, to pursue other activities, to go into the virtual world, to use it for education and stuff. So I was really happy to see with the results.
Yeah, this is great findings. COVID results in increasing virtual character, but the usage is very different. For business, it is restricted and not so increased, but for education,
Unfortunately.
we have more chance. It is interesting. Some comment
also
to the previous slide.
Yes.
I wonder if the Zoom people are using Face League. I totally agree. Some people using virtual character, not using VR, but just using a webcam, the big camera, virtual character, using Face League on Zoom, Skype, or Discord, that kind of video chat communication. And wow, VR chat, exactly. This is amazing. People getting more time. People started VR chat. Okay, I think this is great result. Yeah, this is great finding. Yeah, it is miserable for us to get COVID, but in aspect of the VR wow, this result in a chance to spread for people to live as a virtual character like us. This is amazing result, I believe.
And I think that based on our research, more VTubers were targeting. That's why more VTubers replied to our survey. That's why the broadcasting was so high. I think that maybe if it was more in relation to XR, people who
XR,
if people who work for XR, like so augmented reality and mixed reality and VR, answered the survey, maybe the part for business would have been bigger. Because it would appear that that's the main fields that use virtual characters. So this could have changed a little bit the results. Of course, those who do not have virtual characters did not answer this survey because the survey was designed to know for those who do use virtual characters. And so this is like the little things that could have skewed a little bit the answers. But generally, I think personally from what I see on Twitter in different fields and from my personal experiences, I think that, like, the general results can be, I mean, the results can be generalized to other countries in, even if it's not exact percentages, but like generally, yes, of course, it has increased.
Okay. Before closing, we are open for your comments,
Questions.
anything.
Ask
Give
us
me
anything.
question, comment. Thank you for attending today.
Being
Again,
with us.
this is great result, and this is the first big result from our collaboration named NemMila. Targeting the World VTuber Survey. Again, your effort is amazing, even in your super busy time in the university. Thank you very much, Mila.
Oh, thank you. It's nice. And if you, by the way, you're all of you in the comment section, and also like if there are other things that you would like us to survey in regards to VTubers or virtual characters, let us know, and maybe we can collaborate again and do another survey. Like for you in the public, if there's anything like specific that interests you.
Oh my god!
Like
We just finished this survey, but you were already focusing on the next topic.
In the future, I'm talking about
Let's do that. Definitely do that. Our collaboration is, I believe it is great. I am a Japanese VTuber, but you gave me another aspect from the aspect outside from the Japan, and as getting your help, this survey become very very public and very nice. I really appreciate, and and all the people answer the question. Thank you again. Thank you very much. This is not only the output of us, but all of you. And also, Hachi-san, thank you very much for the translation today.
Thank you so much again.
Your Japanese translation is super.
So perfect.
Perfect. Sorry for noisy English of mine. Some comments. Do you intend to doing a follow-up study to see if this trend will continue? This might be interesting even after the corona impact. The increasing of the budget capture continue or not? This is another big question after this survey, I believe.
Yeah, I think we should do it after all the borders will be opened and everybody will go back. Or at least maybe not borders, but at least after people are allowed to go back 100%. I know that in Switzerland it will be about, I think October, November. I mean September, October, around that. They're aiming to open like really no restrictions, 100%. So I think like once majority of the country, I mean geographic areas we surveyed go back to like a normalish lifestyle, I think after that we can do a follow-up and see if all of a sudden there's a drastic change in answers. That will be like really like after end of the pandemic.
That might be one
good moment to
interesting follow-up study. But my assumption is, of course, this big trend will be get back. But not completely get back to the original. I think the world is already changed to be more fit to the virtual character. I believe so. So, that will we get back to the original somehow, but not completely with the original before COVID. I think somehow the world is already changed. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think maybe then the percentage will be a little bit lower, but I think it will be still higher than before.
Yeah, I believe so. Another question from Sasanohito-san. Face-to-face communication is very important. On the other hand, what potential do you think VR communication has? I think there are two big things. One is, as you say, this kind of face-to-face communication between us. Between us is very. It is
we're
great.
technically face to face, right?
Yeah. We haven't met in the real world, but we could achieve this great collaboration as a virtual character. This is very big achievement of virtual character, I believe. So so face-to-face communication is one important, and
I think it can be important, but I also feel like people that like you who I met in VR and other people that I met on VR virtual cast, I haven't met them all in real world, but I still feel like the communication is still there because we can still move our eyes, we can still move our mouth, we can still move like hands, we can still gesture. So I think it's getting there. Maybe the difference is that people based maybe on different countries or cultures, people are more used to have the physical face, but I don't think sometimes it's the best. Like, I don't like seeing my face on the webcam. It's like, ugh.
yeah.
In the morning.
And one more thing I wanna prioritize here is distance. We can break the distance. We too are in the totally different time zone. Yeah, you're in the another side of the earth, but we can directly communicate with this closest communication. Yeah, and being a Bishoujo character, the face-to-face communication, the style itself is also changed. Being the Bishoujo character, there's no distance anymore. So we can make the super small world by being Bishoujo. This is my another assumption, actually.
And I think also, like, personally, why I prefer using virtual characters is that when I wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning and I have a meeting, I don't want to do my hair, I don't want to do my makeup and to look presentable or clean up my room. At least in the virtual space, you don't have to worry about all of those like physical appearances and judgments. So that I find like more interesting. Then of course, sometimes physical face is just easier. Like for example, when you just want to call, I don't know, like when I call like my parents, it's so much quicker to do like FaceTime and you see your face because it's just like in 2 clicks away from WhatsApp. So for that, sometimes like physical face is easier. You don't have to go behind the computer or like use a program. So I think it also depends on like what kind of communication, right? If it's just like a call with your family or like with your lover or something.
That actually minimize our unneeded time. Yeah. We can just wake up 5 minutes earlier than the meeting. We don't need to make up the face.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't need to even wash my face to go to the video meeting. That is great.
You can be in pajamas.
Yeah.
That actually I still do it.
I
still do it even on like editing.
Minimize that kind of physical restriction by getting our virtual body. This is great.
Ready.
Yeah, and another comment. Yeah, I think so. Very good. To make super small world. Yeah, let's make small world.
It's really connecting people, right? It's connecting people not based anymore on distance or location or personality. I mean, personality, yes, but at least the distance doesn't matter anymore. Where you live doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Apart from time zones. Time zones can be a little bit tricky.
Let's make small world being visual character. Yeah. One more thing I just mentioned here is that VR is not recreating the real world. We are making another new world that is completely different from our physical world. Yeah, we can sometimes become Bishoujo and sometimes unhuman character. We can become anything, and we can break.
We can experiment.
Yeah, any kind of difference, sexuality, age, everything. That is one super important thing, and we can break the distance. So avatar is one big chance to break the distance which is applied by COVID. Yeah.
And also I think it's also distance, human distance, because sometimes like, you know, age, your physical appearance can sometimes have an impact on how people interact with you. And I think the fact that you can become virtual character and basically all of this is erased, I think it's really great. It allows
Absolutely.
you know, to less judge people. You judge less, or at least you judge differently. You judge their virtual character. You don't judge their person.
We can be
If that makes sense.
anything. Yeah.
And we can wear cool clothes. We can wear really cool clothes.
Yeah, super cute. And you can even become a designer. Another comment. When you think about it, it's so moving that humanity is achieving this. Humanity.
Yeah,
I
right.
personally think so. Yeah, I personally want to, even if I have freedom of the avatar design, I want to keep myself as a human. And for me, perfect human is Bishojo character, so I'm becoming Bishojo character, but that answer might be different depending on the people, maybe. Human type of the character. Might be, it is important for myself. Yeah.
I think it also depends on activities. Like, for example, I've noticed that a lot of VTubers, even especially like in the West, and I think also in Japan that's the case, even if they use like cat ears or dog ears or rabbit ears
cat
or
ear.
fox ears or whatever, the
tail.
physical appearance still stays human-like. And maybe that's also due to the fact that we're still like broadcasting, so we kind of feel like there's a need for human-like appearance for people to understand. Maybe it's that, but it seems that we still tend to opt like human-like characteristic. By that I mean human-like body shape.
This is another question, but being unhumanoid character, can we keep the humanity? This might be another question.
That's an interesting question. I mean, in the end, we're still people using our virtual characters, so we're still humanity. But at the end, if we use characters that are not human, I think it's also good because it allows us maybe to express ourselves differently in different ways where there's absolutely no gender, no sexuality, or nothing.
Yeah.
So I think it can also maybe help us figure out new forms of communication between ourselves, which I think can be interesting, and to explore new forms of identity, which can actually in the end maybe make people realize more how they want to be, what kind of person they want to be,
Definitely.
and how they can express themselves. I think, yeah.
In closing, thank you for very good comment, Mira. Again,
Sorry, I talk too much.
COVID is miserable, but for virtual aspect, there's a very good chance, and the people find more new life in the virtual world. This is one fantastic thing in this miserable. So it is very big, and the effect is different depending on countries. In Japan, some people try to use avatar for business use, but it is in reality it is difficult.
So, yeah. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
But I think maybe.
Go ahead.
Maybe. I was gonna say maybe the more and more we have virtual characters, the more and more maybe people will start to accept us in education and business activities, as you know, as it becomes more normal and more spread across different populations and different sectors of life. Maybe like more and more, it will be easier. It will be more acceptable to use virtual characters like for business communication, as there will be more virtual characters. Maybe it's a hypothesis.
That is possible.
Maybe.
Should be. Let's make the world like that together. Thank you very much. Okay, in closing, let me do some announcement. In the last week, I finally released my new song named Kokoro Cosplay. Yay! Thank you very much. The music video is available, and actually, this BGM you are listening is Kokoro Cosplay. Yeah, please listen. Yeah.
It's
And,
really good.
very
And
good.
there's lyrics in English.
Yeah.
You can read it.
Yeah,
And the song is
Mila
really good.
helped
And the video is
me
amazing.
to come up with the English version of the lyrics, and I typed that to the YouTube, and I am now broadcasting Kokoro Cosplay to all over the world. Kokoro Cosplay is a song for the people to become new virtual visual character and getting the new virtual life in the virtual life. So I want this song to be listened to all the people in the all over the world, and getting the English version of lyrics by Mila. This is translated to all languages, exceeding 100 languages. So, yeah, getting Mila's help, my dream is getting to be true. Thank you very much.
And I think her lyrics, the lyrics of this song, I think they're really good and really touchy.
Yeah.
So please go have a look at it and read them. I think it will, maybe especially for Westerners, it will like teach you a little bit more about virtual Bishoujo and what it is, really the feelings behind it. So go have a look. It's really great.
Yeah. And yeah, English version of lyrics is really nice. Everybody, I want everybody of you to listen that, please. And one another thing is, now I am doing a contest to sing Kokoro Cosplay. By 28 June, I am waiting for you to sing Kokoro Cosplay. So yeah, if you become number one, I will do anything for you. Anything. Wow! So yeah, let's please try to sing Kokoro Cosplay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. This is everything today. I think this is great result. I'm hoping.
Hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you had
Yeah.
fun and learned something new.
Yeah. Again, yeah. Thank you very, very much, Cutie Mira. Yeah, in your hard
Thank you
time
for
of
having me
university. Yeah, without your help, yeah, this great
Thank you
report
for-
doesn't
for
exist.
having me.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you everybody to coming to this broadcast. This great result for virtual world is the output for everybody here. Thank you very much, everybody. You're closing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. おつねむ。お疲れ様です。Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. ダーチさん、ベンノスケさん、どこかのうさぎちゃん、あ、エージェントサタンさん、あ、ベンノスケさん、名前だけも、サンサノさん、ハッチさん、
Thank you.
まこちゃん、レムちゃん、お疲れ様でした。ありがとう。ほろよいうさぎさん、ありがとう。素晴らしい時間をありがとう。笹の人さん、コメントいっぱいありがとうございます。結構みんな英語でヘジテートして、私もなんか日本語で混ざってきちゃったけど、結構みんな、いっぱい見てくれてたんだ。ありがとう。同時視聴者数結構すごいことになってるね。ありがとうございました。Thank you very much everybody for listening my, yeah, English broadcast. This
You're
is
very
also
good
for...
English. Perfect
You
English.
do. Your English is better than native speaker, actually. much better, actually. Again, yeah. Now truly closing. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. This is perfect.